Sudhish, good morning, sir.
Very good morning, sir.
Inaugural, sir, idara Satish avare namaskara.
Hello.
Sir, namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Morning.
Good morning.
Satish, Suresh sir join ಆಗಿದಾರಾ?
ಈಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ.
ಶೋರ್. ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಲ್.
Good morning, sir.
Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning,
Good
madam.
morning, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Oh,
Sir,
team JSS is ready.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Good, good. Namaste.
With all our PG staff, including our PG students.
Great, great. Okay.
Sir, may we start?
Yes, madam.
ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಸರ್? ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಿದ್ರಿ.
Yes, yes. Okay. ದಶರಥ್ ಸರ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
A very good morning to all. Warm greetings to the Honorable Professor Dr. Suresh V. Nadagaudar, Principal, Dean and Chairman, Professor Dr. V. Sudesh, Professor Dr. N. Dashrath, Professor Dr. N. Satish Gowda, and other faculty and non-faculty members, students and everyone joining in virtually from University Law College and PG Department of Studies and Research in Law, Bangalore University, Bangalore. Salutations to the Honorable Professor K. S. Suresh, Chief Executive in his absentia, Professor Dr. S. Nataraju, Principal, Professor C.O.A. Shivanand Bharti, Senior Faculty Professor Nagendra Murthy, Professor Dr. N. Vanishri, Chairperson, PG Department of Studies in Law, Professor Jagdish A.D., other faculty and non-faculty members, students and everyone present here. Albert George once said, research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. So we stand here on this illustrious occasion of the virtual exchange of Memorandum of Understanding between University Law College and PG Department of Studies and Research in Law, Bangalore University, Bangalore, and JSS Law College and PG Department of Studies in Law, Autonomous, Mysore. The University Law College, PG Department of Studies and Research in Law, Bangalore University, is a pioneer legal education institution and is widely recognized as one of the country's best government-run law schools. A challenging curriculum and a diverse student population at ULC prepare the students for success in law practice, litigation, business, public service, and teaching. The experience and exposure to various fields of academic and clinical legal training at ULC are unparalleled. The university is providing quality teaching and encouragement, and its goals aptly symbolized by its emblem, Jnanam Vijnana Sahitam. JSS Law College, a professional autonomous college functioning under the aegis of JSS Mahavidyapita. Since its inception, it is striving to search for innovative methods in imparting legal education. It has been able to establish itself as one of the best law colleges. The students flock in from all over the country and from abroad as well. The faculty, staff, and students share a deep belief in commitment to institutions' programs. The teaching and learning process happens in a unique atmosphere of mutual respect, participation, and interaction. So without further ado, I now request a Professor Dr. S. Nataraju, Principal, JSS Law College, Mysuru, to present the welcome address.
Ellargu namaskara. Good morning to one and all. At the outset, I seeking the blessings of His Holiness Jagadguru, Shri Shivaratri Deshikendra Swami Galavaru, the President of our JSS Mahavidyapita, and my pranams to Sri Sutur Gurupara Parampara. I take this opportunity to welcome the distinguished faculty members of the University Law College and the students, and also the faculty members of our law college, including our students of PG department. So I take this opportunity. So this a special program, a virtual exchange of MU with the JSSLC in association with the University Law College, Department of Studies Law, Bangalore University, Bangalore. So this is and besides is an interactive sessions on research in social sciences. Firstly, I take this opportunity to welcome the distinguished Professor Dr. Suresh V. Nadagaudar, Principal, Dean and Chairman, University Law College, Bangalore. Now he is very good relations with our institutions and he is providing all the inputs in academic activities. So I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
And at the same time, another distinguished professor, Dr. V. Sutish sir, ULC Bangalore, he is also associated with all our academic activities and other statutory body. He is also guiding us in all other activities and he is with us. So I extend a hearty welcome to Professor Dr. V. Sutish sir.
Thank you, sir.
Senior faculty and Professor Dr. N. Dashrath sir, ULC Bangalore. I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir, Dashrath sir. And another friend and my good friend and also distinguished Professor Dr. N. Satish Gowda is also senior faculty members from Bangalore University Law College University. And I extend a hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Also welcome other faculty, PG faculty members of ULC and also the students. Besides, I take this opportunity to welcome our senior faculty members, Shri Shivananda Bharati, Shri Nagendra Murthy, and Chairperson of PG Department, Dr. N. Vanishri, and Professor Jagadish, Srimati Usharani, and Srimati Sheila Ganesh, and all other our PG students, PG students to this program. So the objective is already known. We have a very good relationship, especially the academic activities with university and other programs, including the faculty exchange program. I think this is a symbiotic relationship between JSS Law College and University of Law College. And with this MOU, I think we enrich our knowledge and exchange our knowledge. So once again, I extend a hearty welcome to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So proceeding with our agenda today, I now call upon Professor Dr. N. Vanishri, Chairperson, PG Department of Studies in Law, JSS Law College, to state the objectives of the MOU.
Very good morning to one and all. To brief and remind ourselves with the objectives of this collaboration. So the goal of this memorandum of understanding is to foster collaboration and provide opportunity for the professional, scholarly, and academic interaction in matters relating to law, public policy, governance, administration, and related areas, and to facilitate advancement of knowledge in these areas based on reciprocity and mutual benefit between ULC, Bangalore University, and JSSLC, which agree to explore the possibility of engaging in the following modes of collaboration. 1. Holding collaborative programs in the form of lectures, seminars, workshops, panel discussions, symposia, webinars, training programs, and the like in law, public policy, governance, administration, and related areas. 2. Extending cooperation to each other in the areas of teaching, research, publication, and other activities associated with the same. Preparation of background papers, compendiums, white papers, dossiers, policy documents, and the like on topical issues relating to law, public policy, governance, and administration to be submitted to the government of Karnataka or government of India, which could be of assistance in the policy formulation in those areas. Publication of proceedings of jointly organized seminars, conferences, workshops, webinars, etc., as well as background papers, compendiums, white papers, dossiers, policy documents, and the like on the topical issues related to law, policy, public policy, governance, and administration, mutual sharing of infrastructure, resources, and expertise in the organization of programs and activities as described. The ULC and the JSSLC agree that the technical descriptions will guide each other in the proposed activities which would be identified and collaborated between the two institutes. And very importantly, the parties also agree to investigate ways of identifying and inviting tourists, serving and retired civil servants, academicians, judges, researchers, faculty members, and other competent persons from both the institutions and other institutions to participate in the ongoing research and development of programs of mutual interest. Not just that, the parties also agree to jointly identify and pursue opportunities for the formulation and submission of new research projects, proposals, and training programs for possible funding by the government and external agencies if need be. It is also foreseen that when a member of either institution visits the other institutions on invitations or as a part of such joint research projects or to organize a collaborative program such as a visit will be subject to the regulations of both the institutions and also the other institutions if need be, like national law schools and other institutions. And finally, the parties agree to explore ways to encourage collaboration between researchers, faculty members from the two institutions. Specifically, the two institutions would identify appropriate researchers, faculty members as principal investigators, principal co-investigators at their respective ends, and encourage members of their researchers, faculty to undertake short visits for lectures, facilitate research projects at either end. The terms and conditions for which for each visit or an assignment, including those concerning stipend, travel, and housing, would be worked out between the two institutions. And this has been entered into for a period of 5 years, as mentioned in the draft, and hope and to do very well with the esteemed university as an autonomous college in the future days and all the future endeavors. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The platform is now open for an interactive session of question and answers.
Now, let me thank and thank the principal and for exchange of this MOU. Good morning, everyone. Respected Dr. K.S. Suresh, Chief Executive, JSS Law College, in absence. Respected principal and good friend of all of us, Professor Nataraju, Madam Vanisri, who is in fact took initiation for entering into this MOU, and other senior faculty members, Professor Sivanand Murthy, Professor Nagendra Murthy, and all other respected faculty members and all the students who have gathered there. And indeed, it's really a very happy occasion for all of us to have the MOU between the University Law College and JSS Law College, and to formally exchange it in this virtual program. So on this occasion, in fact, I'm really grateful to our faculty members and my esteemed colleague, Professor V. Sudesh, Dr. N. Dashrath, former principals and deans, and Dr. N. Satish Gowda, associate professor, and all other colleagues. And in fact, when the proposal was made by Vanisri through Professor V. Sudesh, I placed it before the Department Council, and the whole Department Council accepted it wholeheartedly, and immediately we moved it to the university and got the approval to enter into the MOU with the JSS College. And JSS College is a well-known college which has been rendering very quality legal education. Of course, are both under the leadership of earlier principal Professor Suresh, and now equally under the dynamic leadership of Professor Nataraju. And indeed, as the contents of the MOU has been already read out by Madam Vanisri, Dr. Vanisri, we are all aware as to the purpose of entering into this MOU. And in fact, as it has been already stated by Professor Nataraju, that we have a very good and very cordial relationship between University Law College, Bangalore, and JSS Law College, Mysuru, since beginning. And now, by entering into this MOU, we have further strengthened that relationship, and I hope that it will be of great help to organize series of programs in the form of joint special lectures, then seminars, conferences, and also to undertake joint research programs, exchange of faculty of both the institutions for the mutual benefit of the students of both the institutions, and also use the library and other study materials, as University Law College is one of the oldest law colleges in the country, established way back in 1948, having a big library with more than 50,000 collection of books, and that will be of great help to the researchers of the JSS Law College, and it also the faculty members, and even our faculty members and students can also make a visit, and they can deliver lectures and also make use of the library resources which is available in the JSS College. So I take this opportunity to thank the former principal and the present chief executive, Professor K.S. Suresh, and the present principal, Professor Dr. Nataraju, and Vanisri Madam, and our all faculty members, Professor P. Sudesh, Professor Dashrath, Satish Gowda, Chandrakanti, Jyoti Vishwanath, and all others who have supported, and particularly our university for permitting us to have MOU with the JSS Law College. And with this, I once again thank, and I, on behalf of the University Law College, all my colleagues, I promise all the support and all the cooperation to take forward to achieve the aims and objectives of this MOU. Thank you very much.
Now we shall have the virtual exchange of the memorandum of understanding between University Law College and JSS Law College.
Sir,
Okay, sir. Thank you on behalf of ULC.
thank you, sir. I think-
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Nataraj. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to both the principals.
Thank you. Congratulations to all faculty also of both the institutions.
Best wishes to both the institutions.
Okay, now shall we request our esteemed faculty members, Professor Sudesh and Dashath, also to address, or afterwards, after the question answer? I think let them say their remarks, and afterwards we can take up the question answers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
sir.
Professor Sudesh, sir.
Yeah. Good morning to one and all. Former principal and chief executive officer, Professor Suresh, present principal, Professor Nataraju, and all my friends in the teaching and the non-teaching faculty. Principal of our college, Professor Suresh V. Nadagaodu, sir. Professor Dr. N. Dashath, the former Dean Faculty of Law. My colleagues in the department, Dr. Satish Gowda, Dr. Jyoti Vishwanath, Dr. Chandrakanti, and the librarian. And some of the research scholars on the virtual platform who are attending this virtual exchange program, MOU exchange program. I'm too happy to be a part of this inaugural program of exchange of MOU. Too happy because it started around 3-4 months back when Dr. Vanishri Madam requested me, and she entertained this idea of having an MOU. And since I was also part of several committees visiting JSS Autonomous Law College, it was also in my interest that I support a college which I have been part of for several years now in getting its quality enhanced. Not that the quality is any less as of now, but then the idea was that we must move away from comfort zones of telling good to ourselves. We always say our college is good, our library is good, our faculty is good. On the both sides, I'm telling. But now we must explore this quality and the infrastructure that Bangalore University, the University Law College has in terms of its library resources, the human resources that we have must be exchanged, must be shared with the intellectual ability of the faculty there in the JSS Law College. I'm also happy at the moment to tell you that, to inform my other colleagues, that I visited the library of JSS Law College. Wonderful library maintenance, very good books, latest books. I'm personally impressed the manner in which they have collected the books and kept it for students' research. So on this occasion, I take this opportunity to have a meaningful working of the MOU, not just a paper signature, because when teams inspect your college or our college in course of time, they may ask us, what after the MOU, what have you done? So we must come out of the inertia. We must get up from our seat and do something positive, either on the virtual mode or on the physical mode, to start off this brilliant exchange program. Maybe initially we can give students a chance to attend a few classes in our LLM. Our students can go there, teachers can come here, we can go there and do some joint research programs, as Professor Suresh V. Nadagaodu sir said. I'm happy because having an MOU with a college which is who's who or what is what ranked in several magazines may not actually benefit the other colleges. It is there. What we as grassroots level colleges can do for each other. So that way I'm very happy and proud to say that people who work at the grassroots level, like a college like us, we have to play more constructive role in constructing the society. I'm not demeaning the performance of any nationally reputed law school as such, but it is here in our colleges that trial judges are made, high court judges are made, leading lawyers are made, leading people who perform very good in NSS. I'm so happy to read the wonderful work that the NSS office of JSS has done. As a university, we are also doing wonderful work. So this MOU should put up the best that we can contribute to the society. That is the whole purpose of this MOU. So therefore, I'm telling, I'm very, very happy that colleges at the ground level, at the grassroots level, exchange their faculty. Whatever we learn through our research, articles, etc., etc. I must not store it to myself. I must not reserve it for a seminar. And that being too selfish. Knowledge has to be disseminated. If I prepare for a seminar, that seminar presentation should be shared with some of you, some of us, so that they can further read. That should be the entire motive of this MOU program. I think I'm exceeding my brief. Very happy. I'm excited. Therefore, I'm exceeding my brief. Excited because all this could happen in 3-4 months, especially under our principal, Professor Suresh V. Nadagaudar, sir. And of course, not forgetting the efforts of Vanishri Madam at JSS Law College. I just mentioned Vanishri Madam, but she carries along with her all the faculty members, including the principal. I know each one of them in that college, in JSS Law College. So I'm very happy for all of us. Dr. Satish has got a broad smile there. That means he's also too happy. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to both the principal, and let us work positively in executing this MOU in a more meaningful manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Professor Dashrath, sir.
Yes, very good morning, all of you.
Morning.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, very clear.
Very good morning, Shubhodaya for all of you. Respected former principal and CEO, Professor Suresh. Respected principal, Professor Natraj. Dr. Vanishri, members of the teaching faculty. Respected Professor Suresh V. Nadagaudar, Principal, Dean and Chairman. Respected Professor V. Sudesh, my senior and former Dean and Principal and Chairman. My colleagues, Dr. Satish, Dr. Jyoti, Dr. Chandrakanti Madam, Associate Professors. At the outset, I should congratulate for entering such a type of memorandum of understanding between both institutions. As Professor Natras said, it is a symbiotic relation. Therefore, it's a great challenge for all of us to explore the legal literature which is abundantly now available, available from the recent past, online and from long time offline in our libraries. Therefore, the memorandum of understanding will be a pathway for both institutions to be together, to get together and live together and make a meaningful contribution, whatever possible and practicable, to the society, which will enable the governments to formulate policies, enhance the efficiency in administration, and more than above, more useful for a common man in society. I'm extremely happy today. I'm part of this program. Wish you all the best for all of us. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to Vanishri, madam.
Yes, sir. So we'll have a brief interactive discussion. It is not going to be a workshop as such. Our students will have some post a few questions, which any of us can take it. Any of the esteemed professors can take it and can provide their insights. And I think we should restrict this to the next 15 minutes or so, sir. 15 or maximum of 20 minutes.
Preferably on research. Okay.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Yes, you can have any question because law is a vast area, you can't ask everything. Make it on more research and research methods, research methodology. Yes, any one of you. Yes, Ananya. Yeah. You can start. Yes.
A very good morning to all the esteemed professors. My question is, how do we determine the quality of data that is collected, especially in the research in social sciences? How to determine the quality of data?
That determining the quality of data.
Okay, determining the quality of data. Okay, Professor Sudesh is professor handling research methodology in our college. So I think it is appropriate if he answers this question.
Sir, please unmute.
Please unmute and speak.
Thank you, sir. I'm not an expert, but having done research for now so many years, the question can be answered in this way. Your quality of the data depends upon the universe that you select. Also, it depends upon what data you want to acquire, primary data, secondary data. Having said these two things, I said that your quality of data depends upon the universe. For example, if you want to select best, or if you want to come out with the research of the best law college, then how do you select your universe? Best law colleges in India, best law colleges in Karnataka, best law college in Bangalore, best law college in Mysore. You have to define your universe. So if you say your universe is Mysore, then the quality will depend upon what all law colleges you pick up to collect the information. Whether you only pick up government, university, private, or all. That is one thing. The other thing is, insofar as social science research is concerned, especially law, it is always important, necessary that you collect primary data. Most of the data which I call primary are already published in the form of government notifications, orders, rules, legislation which are gazetted. That apart, wherever you need some sort of opinion or information, then you must go to the person concerned and get the information. So quality of the data will depend upon how the researcher has defined his universe and how he collects the information. You can visit University Law College to collect information. If you visit University Law College, you must decide whom to meet, whom all to speak. If you want to know the quality of teaching here, and if you only visit the guest faculty teachers, you'll be missing an important element of permanent teachers who are maybe having more research experience. If you only visit one section of the library and ignore the journal section of the library, your quality of the data would not be important. Therefore, what I'm trying to say is, at this stage, without having any particular problem in my mind, I can only say quality of the data depends upon the universe that you define, depends upon the source that you get. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Vidya. Fast.
Any other questions?
Yes. Sir, Nadgowder, sir, just clarification.
Yes, sir, please.
In research methodology, normally we are following only 3 important books. We prescribe other books also, preferably Whitney, as Professor Dr. C.K. Raja from the good old days is suggesting, is also equally important. Beside Dr. P. Ishwar Bhatt and Good and Hat and other foreign authors. So I want to know whether you have any new books. You can suggest the books which are more appropriate and also which is useful in the contemporary days. Over to you.
So as I have already stated, Professor Sudesh sir is handling this subject of research methodology. I think he will be able to guide us all in this. Oh, you are in mute, sir. Please unmute.
Yeah, as Professor Nataraju sir already said that the books that he, Goodhand had, Whitney, etc., have been classical in the sense that we started our research journey by reading these books. But then, over a period of time, as insofar as research methodology is concerned, there are several books. Like for example, P.V. Young, there's one book, and there are several books which have been written not from the point of view of law research, but point of view of general social science research. So those books you must, of course, if you want a list, I can provide from the library. As of now, immediately I cannot remember anything. P.V. Young is one book which most appropriately suits the kind of legal research we do. That apart, classics such as Legal Research and Methodology published by the Indian Law Institute, its latest issues. It has been there since our days. It has been revised. So ILI Research Legal Research Methodology, Legal Education is a book published by, that is also a good book. But my advice to my young friends who would like to venture into research methodology as such is that you must now explore to read books written by other social scientists, sociologists, economists, because increasingly our research to be meaningful has to be interdisciplinary. It should be connected with economics, sociology, political science. So therefore, since law is also a part of social science, you read the books published by these authors, you will have a better understanding how law works in the socio-economic and political science dynamics. For the sake of more information, I think we need to get back to the library to get a list of those books. Probably I can tell something more on that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, we have one more book,
Okay.
Digital Library Legal Education Research, forwarded by Delhi Law University, former Vice Chancellor.
Yeah, that's also a good book. Yeah.
Seeing where
Forwarded or authored?
Authored by one of the professor, and also collected detailed data from.
It is the soft copy is also available as a
soft also available, where you will get details of authoritative website links, not only within country, even entire world also, and also how to write article, how to cite books, and how to, if they take something from a newspaper or a journal or books, how to get a source and all. They have briefly prepared that book. I think it may useful some extent.
Thank you.
Sir, one small observation from my side. What is happening is that day by day we should not make research procedures very complex in nature. Because understanding that itself will require further research for us. What is that? What is this? What is, according to my, is most important to be noted by any researchers is convey relevant, authenticated legal literature and cite it appropriately. And don't, I feel that if we go on extending to all sorts of procedures that is in a very complex way and make the research complex, which is not understood by others, then that research will only remain in remain as a research, but will not be so productive and useful for the society. Is my observation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sheila, madam. Yes, she is on level. Adi, yes, please.
Good morning, one and all. My question is, how can the social science researcher verify the inferences drawn since the events of social science are non-repetitive?
Repeat.
How can the social science researcher verify the inferences drawn since the events of social science are non-repetitive? Social events are non-repetitive.
Come again with the question. How can the results of
Since the event, how can the social science researcher verifies the inferences drawn? Since the events of social science events are non-repetitive.
He's asking about the inferences in social science, how it can be drawn since social science inferences are not
Events are repeated.
not repeated.
Repeatable.
Yeah, got it, got it. No, anyhow, for the sake of record, I can say that if a event is a regular phenomena, for example, a marriage ceremony is a regular phenomena. A death ceremony, what happens after the death, is a regular phenomena. So whenever a phenomena is regular, then social science inferences could be verified again and again. So if your social science experimentation or social science event is once in a while, then of course the limitation is that you cannot verify. Now COVID-19 pandemic had happened some 100 years back, something like what happened during COVID-19 had happened around 100 years back. Though it happened 100 years ago, but the phenomena or the inferences are the same. Even then, there was isolation of the patients. Even then, there were several other sanitary measures taken. Even now also the same thing happened. So whether a social event is a regular phenomena or an occasional phenomena has to be only verified from the social perspective. Agagi, whenever you do research on such things which are not a regular phenomena, you cannot draw general conclusions, and your inference is only limited to that particular occasion. That is the limitation of observing things which are non-regular in nature. So much I can answer. Thank you.
Yes.
Of course, anyone has got a better answer, I can also get clarified. Because only I am speaking, others can also put in their inputs. Teachers from JSS College, especially.
Yeah. Those who are dealing with the subject of research methodology at JSS.
Dr. Nataraju is dealing with the paper.
But very recently, okay.
Theoretically.
Yes, but
In continuation.
Because since long time, Professor Sudesh is dealing with the subject and he is an expert authority. In research methodology. As far as ULC is concerned.
If we call ourselves expert, the next moment we'll fail. So it is better to avoid the word expert here.
That's why we don't want to interfere with the expert's opinion.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
So this is in continuation to the previous question, that is to seek your advice upon the limitations to social science research linking with legal research. So here nowadays legal research we have taken the platform to include other subjects as well. So it has become more and more of interdisciplinary subject. So in this way, we are somewhere we are diluting our legal research and we may be deviated. So what can be the best possible limitations you advise where we should stop when we are taking up social science research to suit the legal research as such?
My advice is never limit your legal research. Don't make legal research doctrinal. Then we'll only become tabletop researchers. Correct. Many of the judges and even the other day, Honorable Justice Veerappa, who inaugurated our legal aid, legal literacy program, was insisting that law research should be more practical, more on the field. He has advised our students to take up day-to-day visit to fields or people who are affected by the system of law. So therefore, don't make your research limited to precedents. There is no great skill involved in drawing up analysis on the basis of past decisions of the court. It only maybe lead to building up of a precedent. That's all. You limit there. But if you take up legal research, empirical legal research, with inputs from sociology or inputs from economics or inputs from political science, then though of course this is the problem with all of us. The problem with most of the law teachers is that we do not want to move out of our libraries, our chambers, and we also discourage our students to do that because when he gets the data, we are not able to verify that. Please come out of this. You spend some time going to the field studying and interacting with others. You can interact with a researcher in sociology or economics and understand his point of view. Only then we will understand. So my advice is, if you have to make law research meaningful, take inputs from other sciences also and be more empirical and practical. Of course, it may have some limitations, but nevertheless, it's a worthwhile attempt. For example, if you want to know why people are not availing of the benefits of the Legal Services Authority, despite so many concessions for women, for SC/STs and people of particular income group, why people are, then you need to find out. You cannot go to case law to know that. You need to go visit a particular village or a certain population, whether they are aware of the law or not, whether someone is telling them, and only then we can give practical suggestions to the Legal Service Authority or to change the law itself. So my advice is, don't make legal research limited to case studies. Thank you.
One more.
Sir, one more thing.
Just more to add, Dr. Sudesh, in research, it is better to say don't make it your compartmentalization research.
Yeah.
One. And the second thing is, nowadays, as Sudesh said, it's not more doctrinal. Always they prefer more value or more authenticated is empirical. And the present end is you can go for not only interdisciplinary, it is better to go for multidisciplinary, and also the present one is action research. That's very important. So what research, not only for the purpose of getting some degree or something, but what it will help to the society is very important. The outcome is very important. So from that perspective, we have to go always, it's advisable to go for multidisciplinary. Thank you.
To add to Dr. Sir, he's talked about multidisciplinary. The want of the day is transdisciplinary,
Yes.
which is a step forward, wherein thanks to the technology that we are able to listen to so many great stalwarts, not just from our own country, and very good universities abroad as well. And we also have a lot of programs like this. So I think not just the students, but also the teachers must make the maximum of this without having any limitations, is my opinion. Satish was telling something.
Madam, nothing. Could you just ask her what made her to ask this question, where it dilutes linking with legal research with that of social research? Can I tell us the list of what you call irregularities, in the sense, according to her perception, what dilutes the legal research?
Sir,
What do you mean by dilution of legal research? That's the question.
If we come to know the list of dilution, then we can draw an inference how to go about it.
So I may cite a few instances, sir. So first of all, we are lacking the co-guideship, where we are not able to accommodate, or we're not able to authenticatively take the help of the other, guides or the experts in other field. We may not be actually be showing them, or there is no provision as such where any of the institution is permitting. So in that
Okay,
way,
you are thinking about guide perspective, availability of guide.
yes, sir. If we take the interdisciplinary approach or transdisciplinary, when we want to acknowledge the particular expert, we are not having that kind of system in the institution, whether it's a PG level or in the PhD level. That is the one where, so most of the cases we may lose the real experts. They may hesitate for that purpose, and we may not be getting that particular expertise view. And moreover, when we are saying, and when we are going to learn a new subject as such, for example, if you are linking legal research with that of economics or psychology like that, and we may have to study a lot about that area, and we have to stick on to that kind of analysis, data analysis as well. Most of the cases, the legal research we have not come forward to that extent where we use SPS software, any other data analysis method. So these are all very new, and the technical aspects that would also bring some sort of setback to the researcher. So that becomes more complication, I believe. So that's why I sought some advice from you, sir. Thank you.
So MOE is required even linking with other discipline also.
What she said is correct, but please remember, a lawyer must be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Do you think all lawyers representing the Supreme Court or the High Court are sociologists or economists? They master the subject. And we as a teacher must master the subject. I understand there are limitations in visiting other departments, but if you explain a phenomena, if you explain a problem to them, they may probably say that this is how it happens and this is how research in science, in sociology or political science can be taken up, and they will validate your data in terms of what questions to be. In that sense, we must spend a little time. Let me bring it to the notice of all the teachers there. Almost all of you must have read this. I always quote this to make law very relevant. There is this famous case of Louis Brandeis. He was a lawyer and later became a judge. Now, in the late 18th century, there was a law made in one of the states in United States of America where women were prohibited to work, especially in the laundry industry. Women were prohibited to work for more than 6 hours a day, and that was taken up as a challenge on the right to profession of the industry, of the people who owned the laundry. They said it is our right, and we will allow them to work for more than 6 hours. But then what this famous lawyer did was he met several doctors and other people who are concerned with who have studied women health conditions, psychology, etc. And he came up with 100-page evidence which suggested that if women stands up for more than 6 hours a day in a laundry industry, it may create problem for her getting a child in her reproductive system. There may be a problem. This evidence was presented before the court and the law was held valid. That's one of those classic cases where lawyer goes to the field with the help of doctors and specialists in the area. He gets evidence. My promotion is that type of a research. Your argument may be only 1 page, or your written statement may be 1 page. But the brilliance in which the research is conducted, that brings value to legal research. So yes, we must be ready to be jack of all trades. Thank you.
Okay. So as far as possible, we should also encourage to undertake empirical research. So whereby we can actually test the impact of a particular law on the society. For example, in case of Right to Education Act and other such legislations.
Yes. Good morning. My topic is regarding what are the best non-parameters tests for social science research?
Please repeat.
What are the best non-parameters tests for social research?
Best non-parameters
test
in social research, no?
Yeah.
Main parameters or non-parameters?
Non-parameters.
Non-parameters.
NON.
NON.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, someone from JSS team can answer that.
It's very difficult.
This is an MOU, not one way. Because we also have to learn from you all.
Then a person handling research methodology will answer.
Most of the social research they deal with specific parameters. Okay, so my question is if there are any parameters made test for social research, is limits a target group. Is there?
So it is in continuation with what Ms. Sheila just asked, one of the faculty members, with regard to the limitations. He's asking about the non-parameters. Parameters of legal research has been defined by various authors, and we have been also applying it through the process of research. But the non-parameters again are with regard to the limitations. And I think we go back to the first question answered by Dr. Sudesh sir, where he spoke about the universe and the drawing of the research problems and the questions to which we need to search or collect evidence and data to prove the same. And I think we can link the same with that of the hypothesis, which also limits the researcher in confining himself and making it more appropriate rather than going to the irrelevant issues which do not directly have a bearing or a link to the topic chosen for the research.
Yeah.
Sir, any of you, this is my humble opinion. Any of the others, if you want to add, you can add anything, sir, to the
It's
same.
always advisable you have to go with parameters, but non-parameters is situational. You cannot predict the forthcoming situations. So always suppose when you are choosing a topic, I think you are yourself stratified, or you can go for very conventional or methodological. Sometimes you have to deviate certain things. Then you have to rethink and also schedule your entire program and proceed. See, as if you are suppose when you are moving on a the sea, you should have some compass, so that then only you will be knowing the directions. Otherwise, you don't know where exactly you are going to land. That is the problem you are facing in non-parametric. That is my so just I am giving a general observation, but I am not. Correct. Yes, correct, please.
Correct. Tavil was correct.
Okay.
Anything else, sir? Or
If you
should
can
we-
provide us snacks, it would be nice.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
virtual. There is
Should
no
we-
mechanism or technology to interchange.
ಅದೇ memorandum ತೋರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವು
You can still use technology to book snacks for us.
Through
Have
Swiggy.
Swiggy or Zomato. I'll give you local college address is well known, so you can.
Yeah. So,
Sir, we will adhere to this in the next meet, sir.
Satish, sir, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವು books, please forward the same and the soft copy if it's available to Jagdish or to my
Link ಕಳ್ಸ್ಕೊಡಿ ಸತೀಶ್.
That's please.
Yes,
huh?
yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rupama.
Any questions?
Yes,
I think it's very fruitful session. Yes.
So on a final note, I now request our Professor Jagdish Yeti to deliver the vote of thanks.
It gives me an immense pleasure to propose this vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Suresh V. Nadagaudar, sir, Principal, Dean and Chairman, ULC Bangalore, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. Also, my special thanks to Professor Dr. V. Sudesh, sir, Professor Dr. N. Dashrath, sir, Dr. N. Satish Gowda, sir, for and other faculty members of the ULC for making this program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I thank all the principal and all faculty and students of JSS.
Yes, sir. I will do it on behalf
for organizing this virtual program in a very meticulous manner.
Also, I would like
Thank
to thank Professor K. Suresh, sir, the Chief Executive in his absentia, Dr. S. Nataraju, sir, Principal, JSS Law College, Dr. N. Vanishri, Chairperson, PG Department, and our senior faculties, Professor P. Shivanand Bharati, sir, Professor M. P. Nagendra Murthy, sir, Dr. Usha Rani, Madam, and Srimati Sheila Ganesh. And last but not least, each one of you who have made this program a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.